When most of us think of healthcare, we think of dramatic, life-saving, high technology in a hospital, in the emergency room, in the intensive care unit, in a surgical suite. The U.S. exceeds at that sort of care, and we have the world's best results for patients who require it. However, that's a small part of healthcare. 90% or more of healthcare among elderly populations, something on the order of 70% of healthcare among working populations, is the management of chronic diseases, problems like hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease. The care required for those patients is dramatically different than the care we just described. It doesn't take place in an institution where the patient is a passive participant. It doesn't take place over a few days or maybe a few weeks. It's a lifetime problem. A chronic disease will be managed by many physicians in a community or across communities. There may be other sorts of caregivers involved. The patient and their family may well be involved. So being successful in managing chronic disease is an example of coordination. The same sort of data coordination that many other industries in retailing and transportation and manufacturing have used so successfully is required to achieve great results in the management of chronic disease. As a result of the fact that we do this so poorly, we have the world's highest healthcare costs, and those costs are continuing to escalate. In 2004, the issue was brought to a head when the President, in his State of the Union address, typically the most important address a president gives each year, set a national goal of universal adoption of electronic medical records by the year 2014. So how do electronic medical records and other health information technologies, such as health information exchange, facilitate success in managing the chronic disease that accounts for the vast, vast majority of healthcare costs? We're going to tell that story in this course. We're going to understand chronic disease. We're going to understand how our healthcare system is poorly designed to manage that disease. We're going to look at health information technology. We're going to look at the technologies that underlie systems such as electronic medical records and health information exchange. And we're going to look at companies and innovators who've successfully applied those technologies, particularly in the new paradigm as health information technology goes from a client-server, very highly non-interoperable situation to what we all hope is a much more facile and much more successful technology as health informatics moves to the cloud. I look forward to teaching you all and to participating with you in the course.